basically, there's 8 goals set by a group of people, and they are to be achieved by 2015, hopefully. So we'll launch into the goals now, and then you'll know exactly, hopefully by the end of the show, what it is. Okay. So the first goal is to eradicate extreme poverty and hunger. There's 2 targets to do this. The first one's to halve the proportion of people whose income is less than $1 a day, and then the second one is to half the proportion of people who suffer from hunger. Obviously, this is difficult when some of the world only live on around $159 a year. For example, Zimbabwe live on $159 a year per person.
Yes, right. Now, the second goal, which has been set up by the MDG, is to achieve universal primary education, and that is to ensure that by 2015, children everywhere, boys and girls alike, will be able to complete a full course of primary schooling. I think I should say welcome back, because it's mine and James's special takeover today, so thank you all for joining in.
It's technically not your show.
Yes, but it's our takeover.
That was Pink Floyd for my dad, because he likes Pink Floyd. Sorry, has to be said.
There you go. Okay, so back to our show, because it's our special takeover, and well, we have a very, very, very special guest with us today. James, would you like to?
This is Rachel Gibson, a geography teacher at Grangefield, and she's here to help us go through the MDGs and offer a few opinions.
Hello, and good afternoon to all of you, and it's great here to be helping Matty and James with a little activity that they're doing in their show.
Right, well, I think it would be best to finish the goals, because we only said 2 and there are 6 more, so do you want to get going with the goals first?
Yeah, right, so the next goal is promote gender equality and empower women, and this is the third goal. This is the target to do this is to eliminate gender disparity in primary and secondary education.
Right. To be fair, we're very new to the subject, so, and Rachel knows a lot more than we do, and she's actually experienced some of these goals going on. So I think what we could do is, if we just fly through the goals, and then we can get Rachel to tell us a lot more.
Yeah, that's fine. We can have a chat about them once you've gone through them.
Goal 4, that's to reduce mortality.
Okay, goal 5 is to improve maternal health.
Goal 6 is to combat HIV, AIDS, malaria and other diseases.
Goal 7 is to ensure environmental sustainability.
And the final goal is to develop a global partnership for development. Okay, so now I guess it's time to talk to Rachel. So, welcome first of all, Rachel.
Thank you very much.
Sure. So, you're well, you know a lot more about the MDGs than we do, so would you like to tell us who created them and why?
Yeah, I mean, it might be interesting for everyone to sort of understand exactly what the MDGs are, the Millennium Development Goals. They were created back in 2000, in the Millennium, by the United Nations, with the idea of reducing the development gap between rich Western world and the Third World. So 8 different goals were set up with the idea of meeting those targets by the year 2015. And I think you've got some questions to ask me, haven't you, about a trip I went on recently?
Yeah, we've heard you've been on a trip to Senegal in Africa. So if you care to explain just a little bit about it.
Yeah, it was an amazing experience. I was over there for 2 weeks in April. And I was lucky enough to go over. The trip was set up and facilitated by the Department for International Development, and it was funded by the European Union and organised by a couple of NGOs, a Belgian NGO called Studio Globo and Le Partenariat, which is a French organisation. So I was very lucky to go on the trip. I was actually with 4 other British secondary school teachers, and we met up with a number of secondary school teachers from other countries. So the aim of the trip really was to have a look to see projects that have been set up in an attempt to achieve these goals.
So when you were out there, was there anything out there which surprised you? Which
surprised me?
Yeah.
The fact that I had to eat fish and rice every meal every day was quite surprising. But after about 3 days of that, you get used to it. And when I got back, I couldn't open a tin of tuna for about a month.
You don't look that impressed about that, Georgie. Is that not really your idea?
You don't like fish?
I only like tuna.
You only like tuna? Well, that's about all they eat out there, so you wouldn't have done very well out there. No, in all seriousness, the thing that really surprised me, I think, was when you actually witness poverty firsthand. It is exactly like you see in the textbooks. It is. People are really suffering, and I think the thing that surprised me most was how incredibly happy and respectful people were, despite the fact that they had very little. And coming back to Pudsey and North Leeds was a bit of a shock afterwards, seeing the amount of stuff that everyone's got was quite shocking, really.
So back onto the MDG subject, Rachel.
Okay.
How is it important is it that people should be aware of these MDGs?
Well, I think it's very important, because if people have no idea what's going on in the world and don't realise what's happening to help people in very difficult situations, there's little they can do themselves. And I think if people are aware of what's happening, they tend to be more conscious about how they live and how they can save energy, and how the difference that they can make by making small differences to their lifestyle as well.
Okay, so what can we actually do to help? I mean, you've touched on this already, but will small actions actually even make a difference? Is it worth?
Well, if a small action by one person, just done by one person, isn't going to make a difference, but if everybody gets together and if everybody makes small differences, then yes, it's going to make a difference. I do have to actually get back on my bicycle now and cycle all the way home. I mean, I just think, just before I go, I think it's really important. It's great what you're doing, boys, to raise awareness of the Millennium Development Goals, and it's a subject close to my heart. And I'd like to wish you all the very best of luck with the projects that you are going to be talking about later on in the radio show.
Well, welcome back to the People's Footsie Show.
The James and Matthew Show special.
We've been waved at, so we're just like, hi.
Right.
Is it Mr. Adams?
Yeah. It is, yeah.
All right, man.
So the next part, we're actually going to just say why we're doing the MDGs. We're actually doing this to raise awareness for a competition, which is for sixth formers all over the country and all over Europe as well. The idea is to raise awareness of the MDG 15, and the most creative and original ideas are able to win a trip to Prague.
And yeah, it's a good thing, because to be fair, anybody can get involved, can't they, James?
Yeah, they can.
If you are wanting to get involved, then we recommend highly that you try and get involved, because I think there's only 4 people in the or 4 schools in the United Kingdom which have actually taken part so far. And there's schools from Belgium and Czech Republic, and there's hundreds of them entering. So if you want to enter, then yeah, just visit. Is it?
I'll read it.
I'll read it for you.
It's www.ndg15.net/UK.
Okay, so yeah, as we mentioned earlier, we're doing a bike ride, which will look very good in our little shorts and t-shirts. And yeah, we're doing bike ride, and believe me, it will raise awareness when you see me in my shorts. But yeah, this basically, what we're going to do as our part is we're going to go on a bike ride. It's going to be a 50-mile bike ride from Rivelhead to Leeds, and we're going to make some promotional flyers. So along the way, we're going to be handing
distributing these flyers around.
Flyers to people who we've never met in our lives. So I will be wearing our own design t-shirts, which we still need to design, don't we, John?
Yeah, we're going to design them to promote awareness of the MDG 15. So we're going to have goals on each t-shirt.
Yeah. Have we got a date yet?
It's provisionally set for the 4th of August, but we will see. That's subject to change, so be looking out for us.
Yeah. So hopefully 4th of August, if you're out anywhere between the 50 miles of Rivelhead to Leeds and you see a very good-looking stranger in very short shorts walk up to you with a flyer, please take the flyer, please read the flyer. And yeah, basically that's it. Just do what you can, try and get involved. everything helps, doesn't it?
It is worth getting involved in. Trip to Prague, not something that comes up every day, so yeah, get in there while you can.
And I think that concludes our subject.